Audience should ask questions. Please participate actively and please ask questions.
So these are the very important, like non-union, you are going to get a case. So you need to ask. If you are sitting very calmly and politely, so what's the purpose? Because right now you have a chance to ask the question. So this time you just ask, what are the queries that you are coming? How to diagnose the case of non-union? What are you asking? And what are the other questions that they can ask in the examination? So you should ask all these things. Then we are able to tell you the answers for that. If you are not asking, then just he is coming and telling everything and he is going away. So there is no fun about that. You should ask the question so that clarify your doubt. So right now you have opportunity because you have a so highly experienced teacher in front of us. He will tell you everything. And these are the very common like scenarios like non-union, swelling, all these in the examination you are going to get. Yeah, just.
So for how long you are supposed to
ready हो जाओगे?
ma'am, for how long we are supposed to apply axial fixator? Like sir was saying,
Diagnosis.
you know.
Good afternoon. I'm presenting a case of bilateral genu varum in a 20.
Just hang on, sir. There is one question that he's asking. Just ask.
Sir, like you were saying, ki for how long you are supposed to keep axial fixator in open injury case? For how long you are supposed to keep axial fixator in open injury case?
How many days or months?
How many months?
Unless your wound is healed. This may be 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and maximum 6 weeks. If you kept more than this, then your nearby joints, ma'am already told, going into stiff.
What is
Okay. Your wound is healed, you replace with, if you are not applying LRS or any other Ilijaro, simple AO type of external fixator, then as soon as you remove your fixator and do definitive procedure.
What is the thing is, what is the aim of your external fixation? When you are applying external fixation, we are not aiming for a definitive treatment with the fixator. It is a temporary thing till the wound heals. In an open fracture we are talking of. The wound must heal quickly within 10 to 15 days. For that, you have to do repeated debridement.
Yes, sir. But sir,
So that a healthy wound comes in, you may have to apply VAC dressings. The wound must heal within 10 to 15 days. If not, take help of plastic surgeon. You should not linger on for months or years for aiming, waiting for wound to heal. That way wound will never heal. It will have a infection. So you must do a repeated debridement, even if it means having a big gap in the bone. All the infected bone must be removed.
sir.
You have to do repeatedly, and so remove external fixator as early as possible.
But sir, in this case, LRS was applied.
Whatever fixator you are using, even if it is LRS, if the wound is there which is not healing, you have to take additional measures. LRS will not treat the infection. LRS is a temporary fixator only.
Let's say in 6 weeks the wound been healed, so we are supposed to replace it.
3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, depending on your dressing.
It will depend.
Depending on your dressing, materials, dressings, and VAC, if you apply VAC, then your wound and hospital stay of patient is very short. And which kind of dressing you apply?
But sir, we can do the compression dissection with the LRS also, right?
You can apply and also consider for infection. In open wound, there is very high chance of infection.
The aim of fixator in an open fracture is waiting for wound to heal, not compression dissection, final treatment of healing of wound.
No, sir. In this case, LRS was applied. So LRS it can also be considered as a definitive fixation.
Let's go back to the principles.
No, it should not.
External fixator of any kind in an open wound is a damage control orthopedics. Convert the wound into a closed wound as the fastest possible way. That is the principle. Once you have a closed fracture, treat it like a closed fracture. External fixators are damage control orthopedics. They are not definitive treatment for fresh fractures. LRS, Ilizarov, distraction, accordion, everything is for a non-union or a fracture which is treated delayedly. For primary fixators, it is damage control orthopedics, convert it into a closed fracture and do treatment like a closed fracture.
Thank you, ma'am.
Your doubt is clear or not? Fixator is removed as early as possible. Okay, and go for definitive procedure.
Fixators are also called as a non-union machine, just because of that reason.
What is
So
your
we need to
diagnosis?
remove.
Good afternoon. I'm presenting a case of bilateral genovarum in a 22-year-old female.
Just focus
Points
the-
in favor of your diagnosis. We just discussed. Okay, points in favor of your diagnosis. No history, no this, that. Just 1, 2, 3, 4.
On inspection,
No inspection. From history, inspection, palpation, all findings compile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only positive finding from history, inspection, palpation, movement, measurements.
there's invert deviation of the axis of the leg when compared to the axis of the thigh. Increased intercondylar distance. There's a decreased intermellular distance. Dec-
Why intermellular distance is decreased? Points in favor, positive points in your favor of diagnosis only.
One is deformity.
Deformity, so deformity since
Which kind of deformity, varus or valgus?
so varus type of deformity.
How to define varus deformity in the knee?
So-
Definition.
So varus deformity is the outward, the inward deviation of the leg when compared to the axis of the thigh
Axis of the body.
body.
And second point, what is intercondylar distance?
Yes, sir.
What is normal intercondylar distance in females? In male? Normal.
So in a case of genovarum, more than 6 centimeters of
No. Normal.
So it
When
should be
you-
less than 6 centimeters.
When
sir.
you know normal, then you define abnormal things.
So it should be less than 6 centimeters, sir.
Less than 6. Intercondylar. Intercondylar.
10.
इंटरकॉन्डाइलर डिस्टेंस नॉर्मल, इंटरमेल्युलर नहीं पूछ रहे हैं. जब नॉर्मल पता होगा तभी तो वो डिफाइन कर पाओगे कि ज़्यादा है उससे, तब ये अपना वायरस में जा रहा है. एक तो आपने बॉडी एक्सिस से रिलेशन में बता दिया,
Yes, sir.
आउटवर्ड है, ठीक है. दूसरा उसका जो नॉर्मल डिस्टेंस होता है उससे कितना ज़्यादा है, इसलिए आप कह रहे हो ना, देखो ज़्यादा है ना नॉर्मल से, किसी भी उसका दिख रहा है पूरा वायरस.
Yes, sir.
तो कितना नॉर्मल क्या होता है? जैसे इंटरमेलुलर में नॉर्मल होता है,
Yes, sir.
वल्गस में बढ़ जाता है ना इंटरमेलुलर डिस्टेंस, वैसे ही वायरस में आपका इंटरकॉन्डाइलर बढ़ रहा है, तो नॉर्मल कितना होता है?
So 2 to 4 centimeters, sir.
इससे ज़्यादा नहीं होगा, ठीक है. 4 भी नहीं होगा, 2 to 3 हार्डली, ठीक है.
Yes. Sir,
आपका डायग्नोसिस केवल जीनोवैरम है या और भी कुछ एडेड है?
genovarum, sir.
Only.
Yes, sir.
You have examined the patient fully and not found anything else abnormal
No,
in
sir.
this
No,
patient.
sir.
You think her height is normal for 22 years?
So she's a short stature female, sir.
Huh?
She's a short stature female, sir.
Short stature में कोई range तो होता है ना?
फैमिली हिस्ट्री.
So there's no
आर यू टेकन फैमिली हिस्ट्री
Yes, sir.
फॉर एनी
Yes, sir.
शॉर्ट स्टेचर इन मदर फादर?
There's no significant family history, sir.
Only this child is
She's the
shortened.
shortest one, sir. There's history of, sir, nutritional deficiency in her, sir.
duration of deformity.
So duration of deformity, sir, 11 years. Yes, sir.
So this is a childhood deformity.
Yes, sir.
So points in favor are that there is a deformity, it is a childhood deformity, the intercondylar distance is increased, what else?
The nutritional status of the patient is.
Current nutritional status?
No, sir. Ma'am, previous.
Yeah, that you told.
Yes.
So 3 points in favor of your diagnosis. Anything else you would like to add? Any negative point? When you are suspecting a systemic disease as the cause or you are suspecting a local disease as a cause, you would still like to rule out something. Is this an isolated deformity only in the limbs? So suppose this is a child of 10 years, what else would you examine?
So laxicity.
Yeah, simple thing is you would like to see the epiphysis and metaphysis of other areas. If this is spondyloepiphyseal dysplasia kind of birth defect, you would like to see the spine also. Systemic examination to rule out any other deformity is mandatory. That's the next point in your diagnosis. Okay.
In this patient, you have to examine even the hip joints, other joints. She may be a rickets, she may be an osteomalacia, and also an osteomalacia, in which case there may be triadiated pelvis, and he may have the hip may have a restriction of movement. So this patient has to be examined fully.
Systemic examination.
Yes.
Deformity in tibia or femur? Or in both?
So, the deformity is in both the tibia and femur, sir.
How to elicit?
Why?
So based on a flexion test of the patient.
Demonstrate.
ठीक है. But आप आगे आ जाएंगे थोड़ा. इसके end तक आ जाइए.
You said it is both in femur and tibia.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
Demonstrate.
आगे जाओ और. हाँ. पैर लटका लो. और आगे जाओ. और आगे. सीधा कर लो. फ्लेक्स कर लो. So I've demonstrated the flexion test in which when we flex the knees to 90 degrees, deformities of at the level of the femur.
इस तरफ मुंह करके पैर लटका के बैठो. इधर इधर
उस
मुंह
तरफ,
करो
कैमरा
सामने
की तरफ.
और पैर लटका के बैठो. फोकस करना, पैर पे फोकस करना. सीधा करो. घुटना.
घुटने पे करो फोकस. ऊपर थोड़ा ऊपर जाओ और नीचे लाओ. Yes. बस ठीक.
Yeah. So flexion test.
Deformity is corrected or not corrected now?
So partially corrected, sir.
Partially.
There is.
कितना होगा?
Is this corrected or not? So, which component?
So femoral component, ma'am.
So you said it is both. You said it is both in tibia and femur. So where is the tibial component?
Have you examined or not?
Yes, yes, I have.
The things are different.
Quick question: why deformities in the knee are more common in the femoral condyles rather than the tibial condyle? Reason? This will be true for both genu valgum and genu varum.
फीमर में वेट बेरिंग पार्ट एंटीरियर पार्ट होता है.
These are childhood diseases. Does anybody get a hint of that?
At patient is 22. The history is found since 11 years. Deformity persists since 11 years.
This deformity was there in the growing years. Catch the word growing. Differential growth of femoral condyles. ये बिल्कुल पक्का एग्जाम में आने वाला केस होता है. इसका पक्का यही आंसर है. आपको यही पूछा जाएगा, डॉक्टर साहब फीमर में क्यों है डिफॉर्मिटी बोल रहे हैं? सर, देयर इज अ डिफरेंशियल ग्रोथ इन द फीमरल कंडाइल्स. विच कंडाइल ग्रोज फास्टर? अब ये होमवर्क करके आना, वो फाइंड आउट टुमारो. ठीक है, इसको कल फिर से पूछेंगे. सब कुछ स्पून फीडिंग नहीं करेंगे.
टेक्जियन में मिलेगा ये तुम्हें बस एक चार्ट चार्ट बना हुआ है उसमें टेक्जियन में, उसी में मिलेगा जो ग्रोथ स्पर्ट्स पे के कैसे कैसे बढ़ता है ना मैम?
Differential growth in fever products. हाँ भाई, क्या करोगे? What will you do?
हाउ टू मैनेज?
What you will do now?
Sir, I would like to investigate the patient, sir.
What investigation?
Sir, CBC. Sir, CBC.
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 Sir, the routine.
CBC will diagnose it.
Sir, routine for
अरे
further, sir.
diagnosis के लिए investigation क्या है? ये always
Another point.
very sure of that.
Right, another point. When you are talking of management, please start with the diagnostic investigation. Sir, I will diagnose this case with this investigation, and most of the times it is plain X-ray. Okay? Supportive investigations may be others. Don't start with CBC, hemogram, ESR. ऑर्थोपेडिक्स में सबसे पहले आप क्या लिखते हैं ओपीडी में बैठ करके सिंपल प्रैक्टिस में? एक्सरे. स्पेसिफाई द एक्सरे दैट यू वुड लाइक टू टेक फॉर दिस पेशेंट.
Ma'am,
इफ आई राइट, तुम्हारे जूनियर ने लिख दिया एक्सरे बोथ नी जॉइंट से पिलेटरल, चल जाएगा?
नहीं, sir.
चल जाएगा? स्पेसिफाई द एक्सरे. व्हाट एक्सरे यू वांट?
Scanning ROM.
सीधा ही सेनो स्कैनोग्राम, कद्दू काटने के लिए तलवार सीधा ही.
Standing full length.
Long film X-rays,
Yes.
mid thigh to mid leg, standing X-rays, lying down X-rays. Why do you need standing and lying down different? Some deformities change on standing, say like hyperelasticity. If you have a patient with hyperelasticity giving rise to deformity, the moment you make him weight bear, the deformity will exaggerate. If the deformity is static in standing and lying down, it is a deformity mostly in the bone, not in the soft tissues. Okay? Long film, mid thigh to mid leg, specify epilateral, standing as well as lying down. हाँ भाई, एक्सरे दिखाइए. Okay, so you have taken a full film. Okay. Do we have a lateral view?
नहीं मैम.
नहीं लेते हैं. सीधा स्कैनोग्राम किया. What would you like to see on a plain X-ray apart from the deformity? One important thing, just small. Joint line. See the inclination of the joint line. That's very important, because once you correct the deformity, the joint line should also be restored back to normal.
टीबिया में इंक्लिनेशन लग रहा है. टीबिया में इंक्लिनेशन है, so deformity is in tibia also. Yes, that is why he was saying both because he has seen the X-ray. अब क्या करेंगे, आगे बोलिए.
Next.
You have seen the X-rays. Junovarum है, both are femur and tibia both are involved.
Yes, sir.
What you will do now?
So, so as she's a 22-year-old female, sir, and the physes have fused, I would like to go for lateral closed wedge osteotomy of the distal femur or a medial open wedge osteotomy of the proximal tibia.
Both or one?
One.
और बोला आपने बीच में?
Which one you prefer?
So if the deformity is in the femur, I would go for a
नहीं, सामने एक्सरे है अब तुम्हारे. अभी क्या करना है वो बताओ. एग्जाम में यही होता है, ऐसे नहीं होता ये कर देंगे ये कर देंगे ये कर देंगे. पेशेंट का इन्वेस्टिगेट हिस्ट्री एग्जामिनेशन, अब एक्सरे सामने, अब इसका ट्रीटमेंट बताओ क्या करना है. तभी तो डिग्री मिलेगी एमएस ऑर्थोपेडिक्स की.
Sir, I'll go for a distal femur closed wedge osteotomy, sir, and a medial open wedge osteotomy of the proximal tibia.
मीडियल ओपन वेज. ओपन वेज का क्या प्रॉन्स है और क्लोज वेज का क्या प्रॉन्स है?
सर क्लोज्ड में लिम लेंथ मेंटेन नहीं होती सर, पेशेंट में शॉर्टनिंग हो जाती है सर उसमें. एंड ओपन में सर ग्राफ्ट लगा के उसमें लॉकिंग कंप्रेशन प्लेट लगाते हैं, लिम लेंथ मेंटेन हो जाती है सर.
बोलते हैं प्लेट्स को.
फुडूज प्लेट सर
अलग होती है ना, ऑस्टियोटॉमी प्लेट्स अलग ही आती हैं. ठीक है, नॉर्मल ये एंट्रोलेटरल प्लेट नहीं लगते इसमें, ऑस्टियोटॉमी प्लेट्स लगते हैं. Principal.
So aim of treatment will be deformity correction, sir.
Restore joint line.
The joint lines have, both side joint lines have changed. You will have to restore the joint line. Plan your osteotomies accordingly. Planning an osteotomy is a difficult calculation, and you may have to do templating before you do really an osteotomy.
दोनों जगह पे करेक्ट करना पड़ेगा, फीमर पे भी करना पड़ेगा और टीबिया पे भी करेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. Only then your joint line will become horizontal.
Sir.
Aim of the treatment should be horizontal joint lines.
You told nutritional deficiency. So which kind of nutrition you add in this patient?
Sir, as stated by the patient's attendant, the patient had no intake of any of protein, dairy products.
And any other thing?
Sir, no
Most
dairy.
common cause in Indian setups for varus deformity and valgus deformity,
Sir,
male and female.
nutritional rickets. Sir.
Nutritional rickets. So add vitamin D.
Vitamin D
Simple
deficiency.
thing.
Yes.
Along with your osteotomies. If you suspect or in your investigation vitamin D is deficient. Okay, 6 lakh international unit, IM, only one sort.
Once.
It is a good practice to restore the bone quality before doing corrective osteotomies due to nutritional deficiencies. If you are operating on osteoporotic bones in a patient with systemic disease, your osteotomy might fail. Okay, so improve the bone quality, get supportive investigations done in the form of vitamin D3 or B12 or whatever you want to do, serum calcium, whatever it is, but restore the bone quality before you really go and touch it. Okay. Okay.
So that is, sir, just one. So can we add what are the other relevant investigation that we need to, like the ma'am has said, supportive investigation for the diagnosis of vitamin D deficiency. So what are the metabolic profile workup that we want to do for this patient? She's a female. So what kind of, what do you think? What are the investigations that you need to advise? Supportive investigations. Serum calcium, serum phosphate, others, one by one. Serum calcium, serum phosphate, then alkaline phosphatase. Any other thing? The most important parathormone that we want to see that. Anything else? So 25 hydroxy vitamin D level, then else serum magnesium level, HbA1c, T3, T4, TSH for these patients. Okay, so you want to take a complete workup, metabolic workup profile for this patient. Okay, then afterward we will be able to make whether this patient is having any nutrition deficiency or not, because we want to treat osteoporosis as well, because a long standing they are walking in an abnormal way, so they have problems, so you need to correct it. That is a very relevant thing. Okay.
One small one small addition to the list of investigations, please do get serum proteins and AG ratio. They are hyperproteinemic as well at times.
So we are going to have one more case before the lunch session. So just the next case. Ma'am, if you want. Yes, you can. Ask a question. Sir. Sir. For the next one, short case. Short cases only.
The thing we should come out in a short case is that you have to tell the diagnosis and tell all your positive points, what ma'am has been asking. So in this case, what genu varum is the bilateral genu varum, what is the cause, what is the duration, and you have to comment on the hip version as well. I have been taught by ma'am, and this is a very important case which will get 100% get in your exams. You have to comment on the hip, you have to comment on the hip movements, what about the rotations. So that is very, very much essential, you have to comment at least. So that is why